So, good afternoon. We're back again. Brand spanking new show on the channel. And we have an all-star lineup today. At the top, Northside. What are you saying, man?
I'm good, man. Hiding from work right now just to be on, innit?
when I messaged you and you said, yeah, I can do it, but I'm going to have to go and hide from my bosses and that, I was like, you're a joker, man. Absolute joker. And Goonie, I pronounced your name right. What you saying?
Got it right first time round, man. Yeah, I'm all good. Just happy to be here with Lee Gunner, Northside, and Eunice Talks Football. I'm on cloud 9. Are you buzzing?
And Eunice, you are the superstar of this lineup because I looked at your channel earlier. You are so close to 100K, mate.
So close now, yeah. So close. Just under 6K to go. So
Come on, Eunice.
Come on, the links for their channels are in the title of the video. So go and click on them and it'll take you straight to their channel. Subscribe to them. Let's start with Northside actually first. What did you give me a little breakdown of that Liverpool game the other day, man? Is it same old, hype up players after a relevant run against irrelevant teams and back to reality? Or have you actually seen, because I haven't got your views on this season, have you actually seen an improvement with Arsenal?
There's no improvement. There's no improvement here. You know, this guy reminds me of the manager for Portugal. Like, he's got players, yeah, like there's no style of play. Like, for example, how have you got such an attacking team, but you're always defending? Like, people say that our defense is better at the detriment of our attack. We have no way of transitioning. We don't have a Santi Cazorla. We don't have Fabregas. We don't, like, when we first started, I can't lie, I thought our defense were keeping Mane. Mane kept quiet for the first, almost the first half. But we weren't threatening Liverpool. And that's the problem with Arsenal. People are like, oh, Arteta's improving Arsenal. Yeah, at the detriment of our attack. And as soon as we come against a team that will press us and actually going to stick it on us, we run out of ideas. You know? Like, Ben White getting twined up. He's getting spun like a Beyblade. Flipping Tomori. I mean, like, at the end of the day, like, it's like, bro, like, I don't, like, what annoys me with this manager, yeah, if you're going to play defensive, do it properly, like Simeone or like Jose in his peak. Like, it's okay to defend, but show us how we're going to transition out of defense to attack, because goals win games. And we didn't see that. That the first half, we started okay, and then we couldn't keep up the intensity. And the second half was capitulation. You know what I mean? Stupid mistakes again in the back. And it's like, I don't mind being a defensive team, because before Wenger, we was a defensive team. But show me how we're going to transition. Aubameyang is trying to do what Kane was doing under Mourinho, but he doesn't have the skill set to drop deep, to assist other players. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's not that type of player. Play to your strengths. And I'm not seeing this team play to their strengths, which is why I do the comparison of Portugal. Portugal got a very attacking lineup, and we play defensive, and we have no clue of how to transition from defense to attack. Just hoof it to Ronaldo, and God willing, do your secondary, and we might score. It's a joke. It's a joke. You know what I mean? I might start calling him Fernando Santos. Like, real talk, he's looking like a Spanish Fernando Santos. Like, what's going on here?
It's actually very worrying. I don't know if Eunice, you've seen our stats for attacking this season. Have you seen them on Sky?
I haven't, no.
Right, I've got them here. Here's one I prepared earlier. These are our stats this season in attack.
Whoa, fam! 7 big chances.
Wow.
9. Only Norwich have created less.
7 open play goal. Bruv, so what was the unbeaten one for then?
This is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Eunice, what do you make? What do you make of Arsenal? Like obviously, you just see us as these little peasants down in North London, I'd imagine.
It's been a decline for years, man. It's like we've just gotten accustomed to it now. But this is a new low, man. Like, it's mad with Arsenal. I truly, truly think that, yeah, there are problems at, club level in terms of board and Kroenke and all of that, just the way your entire club's managed. But just on the pitch, Arteta hasn't got minerals, man. Let's just have it right. He's just not the man. And yeah, right now it might seem good, but, this is a position that I think we Chelsea fans can relate with, because under Antonio Conte, his first season, we didn't have European football. We were playing 1 game a week, and it was lush. You never get any injuries. It's easy. You haven't got to worry about much except the league and a cup. You know, League Cup if you're in it, if you get far. So Arsenal are reaping those rewards, and hence why they picked up a little bit of form, or what seemed like form. But against Liverpool, the level got exposed. And this is where I was looking at that game going, look, Arsenal have a chance to prove themselves here. If they get a decent result, even if it's a 1-0 loss against Liverpool away at Anfield, fair enough. There's signs of improvement. But 4-0, it just shows the level, man. It just shows the level. Arsenal got exposed. And for me, Arteta is that key problem. That immediate issue is Arteta. Get someone solid in. But the problem is Arsenal, do they have the pull? You know, do they have that stature to be able to get that going anymore? I don't know. I really don't know. United heading in the same direction now. So
what do you mean by, do we have the pull? What do you mean by that?
In terms of getting a top manager in, someone that's going to look at Arsenal and go, yeah, I'll take that on. You know, or is tempted enough to go, yeah, you know, at Arsenal, I still see them as a club that are capable of going on to win trophies. It's been a while. Can they get a top tier manager?
I think we can. I think with Conte going to Tottenham, if you offer them the right project and if you actually back the manager and actually allow them to be supported by their ideas and give them the money, how can a top manager like Conte go to Tottenham and a top manager not come to Arsenal? The problem is we don't have the structure.
We should have been all over that though, man. And that's like, I get your point, 100%, Eunice. Yeah, 100%. Like, but at the same time, like I just said this in the show I did with Terry a minute ago. Like Arsenal went and got Manu Petit from Stop. He was about to sign a contract at Tottenham, right? We got him in a taxi that Tottenham paid for to come and sign for us, right? So when we get wind that Conte is en route to Tottenham, at that point we should be getting on the phone to him saying, "Yo, you ain't going to Tottenham, mate. Yeah, you're coming to us. And we're going to sack the manager right now. We'll give you X, Y, and Z in the summer and January, etc." We ain't a big club anymore, mate. No, we genuinely ain't a big club. We're a big club in size and stature, but we're not a big club in mentality. Yeah, and it really hurts me, man. It really pisses me off, if I'm honest. Goonie, what do you think about it all, man?
It's a situation that's been going on for way too long. And for me, I just keep feeling like I'm singing the same song about Arsenal because the problems are just there for everybody to see. Now, I just kind of want to mention about the Liverpool game because I thought it was a bit of poetic justice. And I'm not saying that in a mad way to like sort of banter, but I feel it was a lot of inexperience that lost you that game on the field. So, like, a lot of mistakes was coming from Tevez, Lokonga. These two guys, particularly, they cost you the game in my eyes. But then that is also a reflection of the inexperience of Mikel Arteta. You know what I mean? But look, I'm not going to sit here and say Tevez is a bad player, Lokonga is a bad player, these youngsters are bad players. No, it's what I was saying to you before, Lee. It's that coaching stuff. I don't trust it. I don't trust the development plan at Arsenal at all. That's why I was saying to you when I was saying to one of my good friends, when you lot signed Saliba, I was pissed because I wanted him because I know how good Saliba is. But you know what I said to my brethren? I said, he ain't going to be one of the best centre-backs in the world because your development system will not allow him to become that.
Mate, listen, real talk. And he's not kicked a ball in the first team yet in 3 years. Like, it's actually embarrassing, isn't it? And I want to come back onto Eunice a minute, yeah? Like, when everyone talks about Project Youth at Arsenal, I have to laugh. I look at your starting 11s and you've got either Chalobah or Reece James at right back. You've got Mason Mount in the middle. Sometimes you'll play Malang Sarr at centre back. He's a kid, yeah? You've got Hudson-Odoi on the wing. Pulisic still young. Havertz is young. And it's like, when you look at that, you're like, well, that's a proper youth project, right? Because how many of your players, and I wanted to ask you this like, before you say anything, yeah? How many of your players would you consider a world class at Chelsea?
You see, I think world class nowadays gets thrown about way too much. Like it should be elite. And I look at us, and right now I think, you know, N'Golo Kante. You could put Thiago Silva in that conversation. You could put
Mendy. Throw Mendy in there, bro.
Mendy's proven that. Yeah. But I feel like there's players when you're looking at the ones that are hitting mad form, like a Reece James, you know, or like a Mason Mount, and we see what he's capable of, or a Havertz, and you know the ceiling's high. They're not world class yet. They're on the road to it, but they're not there yet. So I don't want to call them world class. That's just premature. You got to be logical. But yeah, in terms of that whole youth project thing, look, here's the deal. I feel like at Arsenal, it's a case of just play the kids for the sake of playing the kids and for having a youth project. That's it. No. You need two things. You need to be able to identify these players, which I feel like Arsenal have a couple of young lads that are top tier. Look at Smith Rowe. I genuinely think if Smith Rowe is coached properly, he can become a top player. In the same way that we saw some of the lads being mismanaged by Frank Lampard, bring in Tuchel, and all of a sudden they're taken to another level. I feel like you take a Smith Rowe, for example, we'll probably go in the same direction, but it just needs to be coached properly. I feel like you need to identify the correct youth players. Don't just throw in the youth players for the sake because they're young. Like, no, they have to be good enough. There needs to be a potential and a quality there. You identify them and then you play them, but bringing them in slowly. Don't just, look at the way McTominay, for example, at United, he's been forced to turn into like Xavi of how he was at Barcelona. Like he's automatically now a main man, and it's just too premature. At Chelsea, the beautiful thing is at Cobham, the academy is just producing constant talent, and it's constant. And to the point now where you can't throw all of them into the first team. There's just not enough room. We're gonna have to let go of some, make some money, throw some on loan, see what happens, keep some because they're good enough.
Tomori, like Tomori is a baller. Like Tomori, I think but you let him go.
Yeah, that hurt me.
He's levels against Ben White, but Ben White to us, we're going on like he's flipping. I don't even know, bruv. Like I'm sick of it. I'm tired of this club, man. Anytime I'm depressed in life, is when I talk about Arsenal. You see how I got on this? Yeah, I was smiling. As soon as Lee said, let's talk about Arsenal, you know what I'm saying? These dreads are going to be dropping, yeah? When you see the dreads dropping, it's the stress. My hairline's going to be gone. I'm fed up, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, like, bro, we're talking about the young players. Look at the experienced players we bring in. Their levels drop. Partey. Who else has come in?
He's fell off a cliff, Partey. He's been shocking since he signed for us.
Pepe, his levels has dropped because he doesn't get a game. Do you know what I'm saying? Like how many? It's not even just the good players, the established players that we buy.
There's another one. He's fell off a cliff in the last 18 months.
Lacazette, because Lacazette was decent at France. I'm not saying he's the same level as Aubameyang, but why is he so bad? Because of the coaching. You know what I'm saying? But we just keep on with the process. We are the only big club, yeah, that I know. Well, we're not really still a big club. That our fans are like, well, give it another go. Let's just, 18 years, let's just carry on. Let's just carry on. I see, obviously, I'm a fan of Benfica, yeah. I see Benfica, and yeah, we're not in the same league, yeah, but the standards are here, which is why we keep winning the league. And when we don't win the league, it's turmoil. It doesn't matter what league you are. That mindset is free. It don't cost nothing. It's about what you have. Do you know what I mean? What kind of way does Arsenal analyze players as well? Because we bring people like Ozil that just want to, walk around and stuff. We're happy. Like, we don't even assess, does this player want to be a winner? Every player that's wanted to be a winner, yeah, since we last won the league, we got rid of. Fabregas, Nasri, Clichy, everybody gets rid of. And we keep on with Xhaka and all these deadwood players that are just happy to have a wage and piss about. Like Kolasinac. Let's give him another go. Holding, another contract. Xhaka, another. It doesn't matter that you told me to F off, which if you did it in my face, I'll smack you. It's okay. It's all right. How dare we be annoyed? How dare Lee, how dare you be annoyed, bro? Why are you
toxic, mate? Toxic.
We get taken
it's all my fault, mate. It's all my fault. It's true. Also, you're spitting facts, mate. Like Chelsea have this mad conveyor belt of youth, right? And it's just ridiculous. I mean, look at Conor Gallagher, what he's doing down at Palace, man. Like that assist he got at the weekend was unbelievable, man. And I'm not a big assists guy, yeah. But the way he brought that out the air, he took the first touch was a madness. The second touch was lit. But he had the vision to see that I think it was Benteke or Edouard, one of the two, was at the corner. Yeah, and then what a goal, by the way. That was unbelievably good. But I could go around 20 different teams in Europe and see one of your players there.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Like, we're pinning our hopes on Smith Rowe and Saka as Hale End graduates, the ballers of the team. Well, Saka hasn't scored, he scored one goal this season. This is our attacking forward. Yeah, this is the creative guy. He scored 2 goals since February. He's been shit.
Here's a question, because you guys will be able to answer this. Smith Rowe and Saka, them two, I just want to use as the example. Did they have any loan deals?
Smith Rowe did. He went to Huddersfield. But Saka, no, I don't think he did. I might be wrong in that, but I'm pretty sure.
How old is Smith Rowe? How old is he?
21.
Okay, I thought he was 18 or 19 for some reason.
See what I mean?
I think he's 21.
At Chelsea, Conor Gallagher, prime example. He's on his 4th loan.
Mm-hmm.
Mason Mount had Derby. Not sure if he had one before that.
He had Vitesse as well.
Yeah, he did go to Vitesse.
James had Wigan. Not sure if he had anything before.
Was it 2 seasons at Wigan though that he had? He had a long stay there. Yeah.
To the point where he became player of the season for Wigan, and then like, all right, you're coming back. Like the development is there.
Tammy Abraham as well.
It's not there.
Do your youth players run down their contracts? Because we could have got rid of Nketiah, but we thought, no, let's dibble dabble, yeah, and hold on, give the power to the player. Hold on, we don't know what we're getting rid of you. We don't know what. Okay,
we rejected 20 million for Eddie Nketiah.
He's still there at Arsenal,
and he's running at his contract expires at the end of the season. And we rejected in January last year, or January this year, should I say? Yeah, we rejected £20 million from West Ham.
Madness.
You're losing for free. You're losing for free. Excellent.
No disrespect, but Nketiah, bruv, he ain't it, blood. He looks like Marlo Stanfield from The Wire. He should be on the corner shotting grams somewhere else, blood. He's not a football player.
But if you don't want him, accept the P's and move on now. That's the problem.
That is it. Look at what we did with Mark Gurhey. Did not play a senior minute of football for Chelsea, except for, I think, maybe a sub in the League Cup once. Yeah? 25 million Crystal Palace. See you later.
Right, but was he at Swansea before that or Derby and he performed though?
He was, yeah.
That's the thing.
I'd be happy if we kept him, but 25 million.
You made money on Victor Moses, bro. Like I thought you'd go for £1. Like you're getting like $5 million for him. You know what I mean? We're laughing if we can get $5 million for our best player. Do you know what I'm saying? This is our best player. Like,
the worst one is Eunice. You know this. We made profit on Gillo Bodji, cuz.
Oh, mate.
There's levels to this game, you know. Nobody's
you got £5 million for Victor Moses 9 years after you signed him.
Insane,
like,
isn't it?
How is that even possible? Yeah, who's the other one? Was it Bakayoko?
Yeah, we're still making bread off him. He's still a Chelsea player.
But according to Arsenal fans, no, you got your sugar daddy. Your sugar daddy's the one that sponsors you. That's why we can't compete. You know what I mean? I actually looked up because I remember, Lee, you said that we've been like one of the 2 highest spenders, net spend in the Premier League. I actually looked it up because I didn't see it. It's facts. When I saw, I was like, yo, we spend more than Liverpool. Look at that team and look at my team.
Exactly.
Joke,
we spend more than Chelsea. We spend more than Liverpool. The only 2 teams that outspend us consistently over a period of time, like 5, 10, 15 years, is Man United and Man City. Yeah, they're the only ones who are consistent. The last 4 years, we have spent £500 million nearly, 460 million quid since Wenger's gone. And look at the state of that team. Like, that's why I get the ump. It's like you've deliberately gone down this route of youth project, but then what you've done is you've brought the shittest youth. Like, who is Martin Odegaard? Like, who even are you? You're just a prettier Dani Ceballos. That's all you are. You run around and you pass backwards. Like, this is the creative guy that we've brought. That statistically, this is facts. I'm not even making this up. On the Premier League website, it gives you all the stats of a player. He passes backwards more than forwards, and this is our creative guy. Like, what are you doing? And now he's been sat on the bench, and he comes on for Lacazette with 30 minutes to go, 20 minutes to go. What are you going to do against Liverpool with 20 minutes to go, 4-0 down? Like, why are you even on? Like, it just really is frustrating. It really, really is. And like, me and Northside were kind of on par with this club, innit, mate? Like, we can't stand most of it. Like, but the thing is, like, your owner at Chelsea set the standard when he came in. He was like, I'm going to splash money at it. I'm going to splash money. And he raised that standard because when you spend money, you demand success now. Right, and he did that at the very beginning. He got Jose in, he won you the title, but then it's been a revolving door of managers. But the standards have never dropped because as soon as they do start slipping a little bit, the fans go bang, yeah. we're on you now. And that's the difference, because they're the only two factors in a football club that can keep the standards up there, the owner or the fans. And if one of them drops, then the other one needs to fix it. Our fans are in the gutter in terms of their standards. They're just happy to, oh, well, you know, it was a free hit against Liverpool. What are you talking about? Free hit? Like, come on. And
you're meant to be a big club and you're talking about free hits.
Audience.
Exactly.
I don't get why these positive Arsenal fans back at Tottenham, because mediocrity is okay, right? And they've been.
No, but do you know what? Do you know what? Lee made a good point on his show the other day, bruv. Yeah, or was it on Instagram you posted? But Brighton, didn't they go 2-0 down at Anfield?
Brighton, yeah. 2-0
Yeah.
down. Yeah.
And these men are not even chasing top four and Europa and them.
They didn't even have a striker in their squad.
There should be no such thing as a free hit for a big club. Absolutely not.
No,
Brighton got that third goal as well as offside. They could have won.
Yeah.
They should have won. They have
that's
restricted Liverpool to 4 shots on target in the last 2 games that they've played at Anfield against them. We conceded 4. Yeah, they've conceded 2 goals in 2 games at Anfield, and that was in the game the other day. The last time they went there was last season, and they beat them 1-0 at Anfield. Why can't we beat them? They've got Neil Maupay out front and Danny Welbeck as strikers. Like, do you know what I mean? They've got Trossard, he's a good player. Yeah, other than that, we're kind of struggling. They've got Basuma and they've got Lamptey, another Chelsea boy. Do you know what I mean? Another baller, right? But why can't we do that? It's like, how can Graham Potter, take his team to Man City and go toe-to-toe with Man City? Yes, eventually this season they got battered against them in the end, 4-0 I think it was. But last season they did. The season before they didn't. And it's like every time we play them, annual spanking, isn't it? They're just licking their chops, mate. Like, yeah, it's Arsenal. How can we get battered by these teams? But Brighton, come on, man. Like, it's just mad.
But every year we're seeing in the Premier League teams lower down being run better, achieving more than Arsenal, surpassing us in the league table. I mean, Leicester didn't have a sugar daddy. Brentford are doing well. Do you know what I mean? Look at West Ham. West Ham ain't spent much money. Do you know what I mean? Because they're coached and they run properly. So all these excuses, yeah, they're all getting done. They're all getting done each season, because we're seeing teams like West Ham and Leicester. The Arsenal fans can't say that they earn more than us or they outspend us. How come they're overachieving? But with us, we can never overachieve because we have to have a billionaire sugar daddy like Man City. To be honest, Liverpool are competing. Their owners don't splash a lot of money. They spend what they make. So why can't we do the same? They don't overspend. The only two ones that that got sugar daddies that people can even label that to is Man City and Chelsea. And you guys have become self-sufficient because you don't even need to do that anymore. So what about everybody else? How the hell did Klopp didn't get given a war chest like Pep every time a goalkeeper or left back ain't working? Oh, another 50 mil and he made it work. But we can't do that. We're unable to do that. No, and me and Lee demanding that is unfair. How dare you say run the club properly? How dare you say don't give Xhaka an extra contract? How dare you say don't go for flipping Xhaka instead of Kante? How dare you say extending players that have failed? Come on, there's so many players still here. Kolasinac still here. Bellerin still here. Holding still here. Chambers still here. But we can't do better than that.
It's crazy, and you know what? The standards. It is about those standards, man. You look at West Ham. You remember the whole debacle with the fans and them causing a complete uproar in the stands, and there was this chaos in terms of ownership and fans, to the point where the fans were pretty much, the owners were in danger, pretty much, right? I don't advocate violence, but that worked. It worked because West Ham got their act together, and those owners eventually went, yeah, you know what? Okay, we're going to have to start doing something seriously, and they did. And you look at West Ham now, and those standards are high. They're performing well. They've managed to get Moyes in and it's working. With Arsenal, it's been
Eunice, to your point,
over time, it's become too accepting.
Sporting Lisbon did the same thing. They stormed the training session. Next season, won the league. Next season, won the league.
But what's mad with Arsenal, it's not even a case of there isn't any money. West Ham had that issue in terms of you're not spending money. Arsenal have clearly spent money. It's just not spent right. You guys, the priorities are completely wrong and they're mismanaged because Arteta, as far as I he just doesn't really know what he's doing. So it's not even a case of we ain't got the funds. As you said, you're the highest spenders. It's just not spent properly. It's not spent correctly. It's a shambles. And the fans, as I've said, overall, I look at Arsenal as a fan base, and it seems like they've become too accepting. I remember when top 4 under Wenger was a problem. You know, it's like, we shouldn't be aiming for top 4. Now Arsenal will probably like, yeah, we'll take top 4.
But they'll be happy to take top 6, right? And this is why I get the if we get Europa League this season, they'll be having street parties for Arteta. But then next season, when we finish 10th, they'll say it's because of the Europa League. Like, it's just a never-ending cycle of crap.
Yeah.
sorry, goodness, go on, man.
No, I was just gonna say, just on the fans just accepting Arsenal for what it is. But can it also be like it's a case of like they're a victim of their own sides? Because I know that there is a huge portion of Arsenal fans that don't want to see this happen, that just want to see success. Like there's a whole group that think like Lee, Kenny Ken, and so on and so forth. But you see, if these people start boycotting the away games, boycotting the home games, you know what's just gonna end up happening? A man from somewhere else who's never watched Arsenal before is going to come and watch Arsenal to take their social media pics and all that to watch the game. That club is that big. That's what I mean. So wherever real fan goes, quote unquote, another one's just going to keep coming in, and that's the size of the club. So that doesn't help the situation either.
No, 100%. Like, I think a lot of people have had enough, though. Like, honestly, like I have Jez on here for the podcast and that, and he said to me and Kenny the other day. He said fans were arguing at Anfield in the crowd. Yeah, the older lot are arguing with the younger lot because the younger lot are saying, give it time. The older lot are saying, bollocks to time. We've waited long enough. Yeah. So they're all having like proper verbals, F-offs and all of that. And yeah, come on then. Like, it's going to kick off. And I've said this, I called this because this manager is so arrogant there with the way he sits there. He's smug in press conferences. He's arrogant. Like, you can tell he's a control freak. Yeah. Worse than Wenger ever was. I can't stand him, man. I hate the geezer, and hate's a big word. I hate him. Yeah, I just look at him and I get angry. Like, just talking about it, I'm going to stop talking about him because I don't want to get angry, man. I was enjoying my day. But let's talk about Chelsea. Let's get off of Arsenal, man. Let's talk about Chelsea. Obviously, your manager, your legend was sacked, and you were 9th when Tuchel took over. He come in, got you 4th. Lost the cup final, won the biggest prize in football. Brought in Lukaku and Saul Niguez, who haven't really featured as much as I think they'd both liked. Obviously, Lukaku's injured. So essentially, you've pretty much got the same team and squad, and you're currently sat top and don't look like conceding goals. It's mad. And so I think 2 of the 4 you've conceded were from open play, and one of them was deflected.
Yeah, the City goal.
Yeah, Jesus, yeah.
And technically, that City goal, it wasn't actually open play. It came from, I think, some sort of set piece. But
yeah, it was a corner. I remember it was worked from a corner, yeah.
Yeah, but we'll see it as an open play goal. It's mad, man. Chelsea are... You're right. Right now, it doesn't look like we're conceding. And that's the beautiful thing, because like we go into a game now and we're not worried. We're like, yeah, it's all right, we got this. You know, even if it's a 1-0 or 2-0,
nice. It must be a nice feeling, lads.
That's amazing.
We feel so secure. We just know like the goalkeeper's quality, the defense's quality, the manager's got everyone on guard, knows exactly how to implement what he's going to do, and we're just not worried. The problem at Chelsea right now that we have, if it's even a problem, is just trying to put more chances away and really, really, get that front line firing as it should, because we're not as clinical as we should be. That's the last piece of the puzzle. If we sort that out, I don't know what we're capable of.
Nah, that's it. And at the beginning of the season, there was the discussion of, where's Chelsea going to get their goals from? Is Lukaku going to slot in straight away? I was saying, and I'm documented saying this as well, I don't care about the goals. What I give a shit about this season is about keeping clean sheets. That's what matters to me. That's why you see people in your chat that keep saying clean sheet, because that's what I was going on about. Because I knew in myself that we're going to get goals coming from elsewhere anyway, if it's not Lukaku scoring. And then when you look at the Chelsea team now, look how many different goal scorers we've got in that squad. You see what I mean? And look how many goals are coming from wide areas, especially our wing backs. We're just getting goals galore from everywhere. The only thing is, like Eunice said, you see, once that front three clicks, it's long for everybody. Yeah. It really is, bro, because like we've not even stepped out of first or second gear yet. because we ain't sorted out our attack. So could you imagine when we're in full flow? It's going to be hard to stop.
Hopefully. And right now we're on track. What's crazy is we hold the Premier League record for least amount of goals conceded in a season. 15. That was Mourinho 2004-5. No one's done it since then. We're on track to beating that right now.
And you're doing that with a manager that walked into a team that he didn't build. But
Exactly.
with Arteta, he needs his own players, and he's still underachieving. Oh. Why are we complaining? Why not moving? Why is the face all bent up? Flipping out. Arteta knew he needs to have his play, but your manager...
He needs 4 transfer windows to get his own squad, and then he does that and gets pammed at Anfield anyway.
That's crazy.
I'm tired. I'm so jealous.
No, but you know what? I will step in and say this. Tuchel is a bit of an exception to the rule, because you don't come into a team and after, you get me, you're halfway in the season and then you win the Champions League with them. And you're looking at this squad, is like, we've had no transfer window, nothing. We've had to put our youth in there and just make do with what we got. And then you just come out and win it. That's an exception to the rule. So I think that's just this, that just goes to show how special Tuchel is, really.
That's true, but
You've done it with Conte before. Comes in, signed Batshuayi, Kante, and someone else. Who was the other player?
14th.
We had a terrible window. Bakayoko.
Yeah, your transfer window was shocking, but you got Kante and Conte. Yeah? And
Yeah.
then you won the league. And it's like, why does this always happen?
It took you to batter us. It took you to batter us at Emirates for us to win the league.
3-0. Yeah.
That to happen. Yeah.
It was that bad. It was that sad for you that day that even Ozil.
I wanted to cry. I ain't gonna lie to you. I wanted to cry. I was devastated, bro.
It's painful watching Chelsea, man. You lot have run I'm so jealous. Like, I'm not even a jealous person. I'm so jealous of you lot.
I'm jealous of them as well because
Because
that's who
your-
we should be
because your
aspiring
owner
to be like.
Yeah, because their owner takes initiative and he sets the standard. The fans don't have time to bicker. He will. When Lampard was failing, he's like, right, that's it. They ain't got time to be like Lampard in, Lampard out. As soon as it was Lampard in, like sizzling, and Lampard out, he's like, right, not good enough, done. I don't care what he's done in the past. Do you know what I mean? But with us, because there's no leadership.
Abramovich is cold-blooded. He's got this. Listen, you see Abramovich, when you see his helicopter coming to Cobham, you know you're about to get
Yeah,
fired.
you know someone's
That's the
getting sacked.
indication. He might come to you and smile. Yeah, I can. Yeah, everything's gonna go good. Yeah. Bless. You see, once the back's turned, he's gone. Give him 1 more week. See you later. Find his replacement.
What's mad is Roman's been out of the country and he's back now. So like tonight, he's going to be at the game for the first time in I don't know
First
how
time
long.
in years, isn't it?
But in his absence, we're still in good hands, man. You look at Marina and the way she manages things at the club, and it's stupid. It's crazy. Like, I had my doubts about her years ago, and she's just proven everyone that she's top tier. And yesterday, she was voted best club director in Europe. And she won that. And even without Roman, we're in good hands. You know, when he's not here, we're in good hands, and the club's managed correctly.
And you don't need to tweet, trust the process.
That's just the process.
Hey,
Has it got a name?
our Twitter account actually puts that out there. Yeah, like trust the process.
Marketing.
Our players actively tweet this crap. Like, and honestly, it's just an absolute disgrace what has happened to our club, man. And then when we look at you, we're just so gel. But then people just like Northside said, like people just come out and go, yeah, but they've got a sugar daddy who throws money. They're so dumb, these people. The facts are there. You can Google anything these days. You can see how much money Chelsea have or haven't spent. Yeah, it's mad. And we've spent more than you. Monstar says he ain't going to be at the game. Big up to Monstar.
Big up Monster all day.
Yeah, shout out Monster.
Make
If
sure
he's
you go
not,
subscribe to
then
Monstar's channel as well, people. Just type that in and go and subscribe. Listen, even if he ain't at the game, like you said, everything you said was spot on. That, you know, our fans have it in their head that the owner has to be there every day. Oh, he's never there, and this. Oh, it's a disgrace. But that just because you're there every day doesn't mean that you're any good and that you care. Mike Ashley was there every game. Did he care? No. Like they had street parties when he went. Like, do you know what I mean? But he was there every game, drinking his pint with his belly out and all of that. He couldn't care less about that club. Yeah, that was just there because he could have it. Like, that's it. And it's like, you know, people have this like weird thing in their head that we ain't got any money and we're skint and we can't compete. And like every single owner of a Premier League team is a billionaire. Let's not forget that. But then they also have this stupidness in their head that, oh, well, Stan Kroenke's worth 8.9 billion. Yeah, what's that got to do with Arsenal? It ain't Arsenal's money. Yeah, where does it say that he has to invest his own money into the club? He don't. He bought a self-sustaining business model, and it's self-sustaining. We moved from Highbury to this stadium to be self-sufficient. Yeah, that was why we moved. So people always get onto our owner. As soon as we have a run of bad results, Kroenke out starts trending again. It's just this club's a shambles, man. And
That's true. That's true, yeah. But when I was looking at how much we spent and how much Chelsea, you've recouped more than you spent. Arsenal have spent more than they recouped. In no form of business, no matter what you do, just normal finances, you won't be able to spend more than anybody else if you're running at a loss. And that's the fault.
Hasn't that been going on since Wenger? This guy's just been letting players go on free transfers and these things there. He set that precedent.
Apparently, he's got an economics degree.
Wow.
You go back to all our best players and see how much we've recruited for Nasri and all those players. You see how much we
They
get.
bought it at Wembley Market. Obviously,
it's crazy. What I will say about trusting the process and whatnot. Look, we've discovered this with the amount of managers we've had, right? And right now, it just makes sense. If you're winning and you're getting results, you trust it and you keep it going. If it's going left, you change. It's as simple as that. Right now, with the way that clubs function, that whole model that used to exist of trying to keep a manager for 10, 15 years, that's gone. That's gone.
It's dead.
There's too much money involved in the game now for that to happen. There's too much business like mind thinking in the game for that to happen now. If you're not getting results, you're not good enough, move on, get someone else in. It's just that's how it is. That is the process now. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, and it's as mad as this. The matter of fact is, if we're talking like this about Tuchel, but in 2 seasons' time now, if he ain't putting up the goods, he's out the door.
There's no sacked before Arteta.
It could be, that's what I'm saying. It could happen.
That would be a violation.
That would be crazy.
It could though, couldn't it? Like let's say that you don't win the league and you finished third, for example, and you got knocked out of the Champions League in the round of 16 or the quarters, and you didn't win the cup competitions domestically. They might sack him. You didn't win the league.
It's a possibility. I mean, I wouldn't want to see it happen just at that time, but it's definitely a possibility.
Mm. And that's what I'm saying. Like with this manager, he ain't getting sacked. Yeah. The only disappointment for me at the weekend was it weren't 8. Because if it was 8, he might have actually been sacked. Yeah, the goalkeeper's got a lot to answer for.
What would it take? Like we've seen Oli get sacked a couple of days ago. Like that's it. It hit the limit at United. It could not go on any longer. What's the limit at Arsenal? How bad does it get for the club to go? We don't have a choice. It's done. Like that's
there's no limit. Trust the process is forever, bro. Trust the process.
Nah, I think it has to be a 4 or 5
I think he'll get sacked. Surely he'll get sacked.
I think Arsenal have to have this Northside. Every year, Arsenal have a catchphrase. Yeah, every year we have to have a catchphrase for the fans. Like, so, it was trust the process. Now it's Project Youth. Next year we'll have something else. Like, and it's just a spiral of crap. Like judging May, that was a catchphrase once, wasn't it? Like, and it's a catchphrase every year. And I don't know, man. I genuinely don't know because we've been battered 5 by City, 4 by Liverpool, 2 by you. We lost to Brentford by 2. Like, we can't score from open play. We're crap offensively. We're still crap defensively. Yeah, we might look a lot better on the pitch and they're not making stupid penalties and stuff like that. We've conceded 17 goals.
So do you not
in 12 games?
So Lee, do you not think if Spurs gave you what you gave them earlier this season, that won't be it for Arteta? Because
he's here, mate. He's here till the end of the season.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, he's here because the fans are allowing him to be here, right? But I'll tell you something, quiet. We got Newcastle on Saturday, early kickoff. I guarantee the stadium is empty. Guarantee it. I've not checked to see how many tickets are left. People have had enough, mate. I'm telling you. But this club will not sack him. And the reason they will not sack him right now, maybe at the end of the season, I don't know. But I don't think they'll sack him during the season because this club have decided that he is the man. Yeah, Josh Kroenke, Edu and him are all roughly the same age. Like, do you know what I mean? And it's like, then you got Vinay, who's about the same age as well. He's our CEO. He don't look, he's the same age as me. He looks fucked. Like, and he's got promoted. This is the guy. This is how fucking shit our club is. Yeah, this guy did a deal with a woman posing to be a high up corporate person in a Chinese car company. She was a fraud.
Swear
and he's
down.
to deal with them. Yeah. And off of the back of this guy has been promoted to CEO.
What?
I swear, I'm not even joking. The chat will tell you. I'm not even making this up. I'm not even making it
You
up.
can't make this up, though. What the fuck?
This
Sorry.
is our football club, bro.
It's that bad.
Yeah.
That bad at Arsenal, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's been that bad for a long time. I mean, Lee, we look at the managers, yeah, from Wenger to now that we missed out. We missed out on Klopp. We missed out on Ancelotti. We let Ancelotti go to Everton above us. We missed out on Pep. Now, I'm not saying we could have got all these managers. Conte, if Conte goes to Tottenham, Conte can come in. No one can't tell me that we're not more attractive.
Big fact.
Tottenham.
Big fact.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we missed out on like 4 to 5 world-class managers in favor of these dead wood. And you telling me that Arsenal's built to win? No, we're not. When Man United, Ole should have got sacked 3 matches ago. Ole should have never even been given the job.
Exactly.
Yeah? So at the end of the day, you could see they just did it because they saw, right, we can't spin this anymore. Do you know what I mean? Twitter's buzzing out of control. I can't type fast enough to get control of the fan base again. You know what I'm saying? It's all leash, it's all med. I'm tired of it. You can tell Arsenal and United are the same. It's not about winning. Because when you see Norwich, Newcastle got a new owner. Straight away, they sacked their manager. They didn't have to. They did it because.
By the way, he's linked with Man United as well, Steve Bruce.
Oh my God.
If that
Could you imagine?
I mean, I was born in '92. I've never seen Arsenal fans say that top 8 is good enough, top 6 is good enough.
No.
I never experienced this. Lee, I don't know. You supported Arsenal a bit longer than me. Was it like were the Arsenal fans like with the majority of the fans?
This whole thing, like with Arsenal fans, and it's not just Arsenal fans, it's all fans, yeah. Like top four. We're talking about top four, yeah. Like our fans sit there and go, yeah, but we're only 3 points off 4th. Okay, yeah, but we're 9 off 1st. Like that's the standard I have. We're 9 off 1st. Yeah, they're going, oh, but if we get top 4, then we can do this. Well, get top 4. The last time we played a Champions League game, we lost 5-1 to Bayern Munich for the 3rd time in a row. Yeah, why do I want to be in that competition? Because you ain't going to do what's required to go and win it. And this is my point. I know we're going to wrap up soon. Eunice, I know you got to bounce in a minute, mate, yeah? My point on this is, like, what's the point of elite sport? It's to win. It's not to come 4th. So if you don't win and say you come 2nd, it qualifies you for another competition that you could potentially win. If you don't win that, you failed twice. Then you go and do it again and again and again. And we did that for 20 years with Wenger. Can't be bothered with it. Yeah, either get rid of this manager, go and get a proper manager and go and actually do what's required. Because I feel like the money we spend, we could actually challenge. Like, but I'm not with this manager, man. Like, or we have to accept it. I've accepted it, mate. Like, I'll still get angry on streams, watch along on match days. I'm sitting there laughing, mate. Yeah, when that 4th one went, I just started pissing myself. I was like, the 2nd one went in, and he passed him clean through to Joe. I was like, look at Ben White, woo, sliding away like he was at the water park. Do you know what I mean? it was hilarious. Like, well, you're so negative. No, how's it negative? I want to win. It's negative to want to win these days. That's society, though. Like, let's share a gold medal and stuff. Do you know what I mean? What's that all about? But listen, we are going to wrap this up. Go on, mate.
Really quick. It should really, that mentality needs to stay in check, man. People need to raise it. Like, those standards need to be high. Even if you're not playing to a certain way that you should still be aiming high. Like, time's ticking. I feel like people forget this. Yeah, time ticks fast now. It's been 18, nearly 19 years since Arsenal won the league title. That's a long
years at the end of
this season. Time.
It's our joint longest.
Exactly. And Man United are going in that same direction now. Last time they won, it was about 8-9 years ago. So, like, time's ticking. You can't let that go on too long, because if not, it's going to be a distant memory, forgotten about. No one's going to remember it anymore. So yeah, standards need to.
100%, man. You're spot on. Listen, Eunice, what have you got coming up, like program-wise? You obviously Chelsea are playing tonight, so I'm assuming watch along, right?
Yeah, watch along Chelsea Juve. Hopefully we win. Fingers crossed. Possibly going top of the group if we do. So yeah, watch along, match review after that, and then it's the run up to Chelsea United on the weekend. So it'll just be.
Yeah, you've got United.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to face.
I'm
Ollie.
looking forward to it. Though. I don't care. I don't care who United get. I'm looking forward to it. Bro.
It's all right. Now they got Carrick in charge, so it's all right.
Make sure you subscribe to Eunice's channel. The link is in the title. Click on it. It'll take you straight to his channel. Get him to 100k, people. Help him get there. He's less than 6k from 100k. That's mad. That is insane, brother. Good luck to you, man. Goonie, what you got coming up, man?
Well, I will be watching Eunice's watch along for the Chelsea Juventus game. After the game, I will be doing a post-match review. I've done a preview for the game as well. And yesterday, I also had an interview with ex-Premier League manager Phil Brown. So if you don't mind, please check that out. Very good insight on this managerial merry-go-round that's been happening in the season so far. And it's from an actual experienced manager from the top flight. So it's definitely worth the listen.
Yeah, is he available for work? Like maybe we could get him at Arsenal.
maybe he's a bit of a nutcase, but that's what you need, though, isn't it? He's a mad guy, but you need that. Yeah,
they need to slap some of these players. Real talk. Make sure you subscribe to Man Knows Football as well. Link in the title for Goonie. Northside, where are you floating around? Obviously, you got to go back to work. I appreciate it. What's the plan? You need to get a channel, bro.
Yeah, I know. What's happening is I'm moving house. So I'm moving house, and then I'm gonna set myself up and then be consistent. I know with this YouTube thing, I mean, Eunice and you obviously, and all three of you would know. Like obviously, I'm just starting. I need to be consistency is everything, right? So because I'm moving, and once I get the consistency up, then I'll be up there. Today I'm just gonna get my hair done. My girl's probably gonna tell me, "Yo, you're losing dreads.
Don't have.
Chill out. Just chill out." You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna be losing hair with this Arsenal. She's probably gonna tell me stop shouting, stop getting your blood boiling. You know what I mean? But this club stressed me out, man.
Yeah, it does. I'm cool until we start talking about Arsenal and I get angry. But listen, big up to everyone who's watched live and everyone who watches on playback. Smash the likes up. I'll be back after the Champions League. It'll just be a transfer update video. It'll be pre-recorded. It won't be live. And then we'll be back again tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm on London Club Carnage with Matisse, Corey and Toby. So that should be fun. And big up to the panel, man. We're out of here, people. Laters. I'll take her out.